Well, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, bringing you another episode of StudTech. And we're here in Scott Valley, where we're creating one super awesome Old West fort. So let's get this episode underway. Alright, and welcome back. And it's always great to have you here for another super awesome build. And in our previous episode, we built these amazing towers all built up. And of course, the walls that surround Fort Ska. Looking super fancy here, and what we're going to be working on today is getting the gate built. Now I have some really crazy ideas here with Microblocks and the chisel and all sorts of other great stuff. We're going to create one super awesome gate here and also dabble in a little deco craft, so that's pretty exciting. So of course there's the towers looking super fancy. Now I want to let you guys in on some stuff here. So as you know, I'm a vanilla man. I'm a big vanilla man. I love the vanilla Minecraft. So when I use mods, sometimes I forget to use said mods. So I'm thinking about replacing some of the vanilla wood along here with some of the chisel wood. So as we kind of go along today, I'm going to kind of bounce around with some designs off you guys to kind of get an idea of what you think would look good for those areas. So let's jump over here to my kind of temporary setup where I have some tree farms set up along here. And then of course I want to show you this. There's Bob. Look at him, looking beautiful. But I got this one over here recently. Look at the king slime. Isn't that amazing? Oh, I can't wait to build something cool where we could show these things off. I think those will look really sweet. All right, so let's actually just get right into it. And let's head over to my temporary crafting area that I set up over here to get ourselves set up and ready to go. Let's have ourselves a little bit of cooked pork chop. Beautiful. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, we're just going to grab ourselves just a smidge bit of wood here. There we go. Grab some of that. Good, good, good. And then I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take you and I'm going to place you in here. And then I'm going to get myself about 10 of those or so. That's probably way more than I need, but that will be perfect. There we go. So we've got our wood covers. So that's going to be good for that. And then let me grab out you and I'm going to create a couple of these. There we go. Nice, nice. There we go. And then let's see. I think we're actually going to go over here like that. Yeah, like that. And then we're going to come over here once again, place that on top, and we're just going to create some wood posts. Beautiful. Awesome. That's looking good. That's looking good. And I think that's going to get us off to a pretty good start. So let me grab this guy out there. And then let me see. I need to create some buttons, and I always seem to forget how to do that. So let me go over here. Let me bring that up to there. Nice. I'm still getting used to the microblocks, so they are still pretty new to me. So excuse my newness here as I try to remember the crafting recipes. I think that'll probably be good for now. Yeah, let's create some of those guys. And I think that is going to be good. So let's get started. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to run up kind of a nice design on the sides here. So as you remember, we made these 2x2 blocks along here. So this was going to be kind of what framed the gate. So we're going to start with that. And like what I was talking about before, we kind of want to mix up a little bit of some of the designs that we've done so far. And one of my things I'm going to do is maybe replace some of the tops of the poker tops. So let me get this going up here just a little bit higher. There we go. Looking good, looking good. Just a smidge bit higher. And then we're going to start to get into some cooler designs here. There we go. And then I think I'm going to run the top up here just a smidge bit more. And I think I like this. I think I like the height. I like the height of this. That looks good. So one thing we can do is let's get our carpenter's blocks bag out. There we go. Grab that. And we're just going to grab a little bit of you. And I think that's probably good. That's probably good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of switch around here a little bit and find the poker tops. Where you are. There you are. Awesome. And then I think I'm going to do maybe one right there. And then let's see. Let me switch this up a little bit. And I'm going to try maybe putting one of these guys down in this corner. Look at that. Look at that. That could be cool. That could be cool. And then let me see. Let's do something maybe like that. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it doesn't have to be, you know, decided now what we do, but I think that might look cool. Let's put the tops on these things. There we go. And of course we can jump on down and then just take a little look at how that looks. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of those two things. But of course, that's why we do our trial and error, so we can find what we want out of our designs. So of course we can, you know, adjust as we kind of move along with that. So I think I'm going to move out those little things, but it's better to try than not, right? It's better to try than not, and to do than just talk about it. There we go. And I gotta say, I think the hat mod's my current favorite mod of today. As you can see, it's top of the day to y'all. Top of the day to y'all. Look at that hat. Isn't that probably one of the coolest hats of all time? If there was a cowboy hat, if there was a cowboy hat, I would be the happiest Scar of them all. So, if anybody on the server's watching right now, all right, you know how to get a hold of me if you find a cowboy hat. I will pay dearly for a cowboy hat if that is a thing. If there is a cowboy hat, which I mean there has got to be a cowboy hat within this game. I mean that is just, if there's not, I need to complain to somebody. Somebody needs to hear this treachery. But if that's the case, if you know where a cowboy hat is, if you want to do some trading, I will be your man. I have plenty of things. Actually, no, I'm probably the poorest person on the server. But anyway, I will pay dearly for it. I will do something. I'll do something for you. All right, so let's get started here. All right, so gate-wise. So originally, I was going to do some molasses doors. But then I learned of the microblocks, the wonderful microblocks. So yeah, we're not going to do those. We're going to do these, and they are going to be amazing. All right, so we're just going to work our way up here like that, just to get ourselves a basic gate. Now, the gate won't be able to close, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm fine with that. Fort Scar is a welcoming place for all, and if you are a sneaky bandit, well, you know, I have cannons up in those towers, so that's a thing. But anyway, I think that's starting to look good. Let's start moving these pieces out here a little bit more. And now these are oak. Am I correct in saying this? Am I correct? They're just a little bit darker on this side. I forgot about that. The microblocks have a little bit of a dark cast that they kind of put out. And not a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan of that at all. But anyway, the microblocks are amazing, and sometimes there's always a cost to something. There we go. How are we liking that? How are we liking that? I'm liking it. It's good. You know, of course, the tops of our kind of opening area is a little bit funky. Now, we're going to get to that. We're going to fix that up a little bit, but I like that so far. That is starting to look definitely pretty good. All right, so give me 1 second here. Let me kind of catch my breath for a moment, and I'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. And that view is so beautiful. So I've done a little bit of work over here. So I kind of played around with a gate to try to get like a cool, you know, gate design. And I think this is it. I think this is it. So I've got these cool little slats going across here, kind of like they're really holding up the gate. I have these nail designs here that, you know, it's just made of a piece of stone, of course, but it kind of looks like a nail. And then on the back side, it's a little bit cleaner across here. So yeah, let's do it. Let's get this thing cracking. So what we do here is let me get some things set up here like so. There we go. Nice. So we just slowly just get these things all wrapped around there, looking super fancy like so. And then on this back side here, we run another row of them up here like that. So it looks really cool. So it just gives this thing a whole nother layer of dimensionality. And I think it just looks really cool. And you know, yeah, I wanted some automatic doors, but I feel like this is better, right? This is cooler. Like this has a cooler look. And I think it in the end will be a better design. All right, so from the interior here, trying to decide here where I want to go. I think I kind of went up and then to the side a little bit. So, trying to decide. I think it's like this. I think it's on this plane right here that we brought these across. Now you might be noticing I have kind of a mix of standard vanilla oak and actually some chisel block wood. It was kind of a mistake, but I actually kind of like having a variety of different styles kind of in the gate. I think that looks actually kind of cool. All right, then we're gonna run this up here. Now you might be noticing also these big, you know, columns across here. I still haven't exactly found the right balance between those yet. Eventually we'll find something soon. But haven't quite found the right balance yet. So now I'm gonna take this smaller, you know, oak plank strip, and I'm gonna run that in the center here like that. So we're just gonna run these guys kind of in the center. Let's see, we can decide if we wanted to kind of run it a little bit outwards or run them inwards. And I think I'm gonna run them inwards like this. So you could push them over here or bring them in. I feel like I'm gonna bring them in. There we go, looking good, looking good. Nice, all right. So now we can get our stone corner slabs here, ready to go. And then we're just going to kind of find a nice little pocket to nestle these in. Now these act as nails, kind of like the little hinges. So I think that looks pretty cool. And then we can swoop on the backside over here. And we can just fiddle our way up here. There we go. Get some additional ones on there. Looking fancy, looking fancy. Nice. Oh, I like that. Oh wow, that looks cool. That looks cool. And of course, we're also going to do a nice design that goes across the top here. But we'll get to that in a moment. I want to show you guys something real quick. So as I was kind of working on the gate, I just wanted to take a break from a moment and try something. As you know, like I talked about in the beginning, I wanted to try a couple other designs for the tower. And as you can see, I used the chisel mod and got some additional plank design. So this is the wide planks. Looking good, looking good. And it also kind of goes with the fort feel, kind of these log, pillars going across here. And then I also used some skinnier ones as I went up to the top to create a little bit of a forced perspective feel to it. So let me know, do you guys like this or the original vanilla one that's across the way? So this one, of course, the original is A, the new one is B, and I wanted to get your thoughts on them. Personally, I like B, but I wanted to get your thoughts on it before I went ahead and changed them both. And I'm still, tallying up the votes on if we should do additional towers on those either sides over there. But yeah, definitely let me know what you think of that. If you like the new design over there, I kind of do. But I want to get your opinion first, of course. All right, well, there we go. That is looking super snazzy now. We've got our gates all situated and ready to go. Now, the next thing we need to do is get our stone pillar. All right, we're going to get our stone pillar out. And we're going to see if we can nestle this in a way to create some form of hinges. Look at that. I feel like that might be a little too big. I want some hinges on these sides, but I feel like that might just be a little too much. So let's back off a little bit. Let's grab our saw out and see what we can do. All right, we'll try this. We'll make some of these guys. There we go, looking fancy. And our poor saw is almost done. Okay, so let's start about right here. And then we'll do another one right there. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I think that's going to be good. That's going to be our good solution there. And then I wish I could just make it a little bit wider this way. So if it was on the same plane going across this way, but I don't know quite how to do that without thickening it up both angles. Well, I'll continue to play with that a little bit, but at least we've got some form of kind of hinge attached to the main section of the gate. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so give me one more second. I'm sorry, I just need to kind of catch my breath one more time, and I'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. So I've got a pretty cool idea now, so let's jump up here. So let's get a little scaffolding going. Beautiful, beautiful. And we're going to swoop on over here, and we're going to get our wood plank pillars. Now, I've used chisel mod, and I've created the nice pattern that has the cool little panel effect. So that's going to look super nice. And what we're going to do is we're just going to run this across here like this. Looking good, looking good. Bring that across here, of course, with our microblocks once again. And then let me get this in the right angle. There we go. Get that on top. Beautiful. All right. So I was looking and looking for antlers. I was looking in DecoCraft. I was looking at every possible mod. And unfortunately, we don't really have any mods that allow us to have any type of like antlers or animal trophy head, which would look amazing on our gate. But I did have one thing, and that is Bob's head. And we're going to put that right in the center, looking super snazzy. And let me get that in a really good orientation. There we go. Boom, and bam. Wait, no, come on. Come on, Bob. Bob, work with me here. Work with me. Come on, why aren't you working? Come on. Technical difficulties. Let's see, I was hoping I could attach this thing to this. Why would he not allow me to? Let's see. No, never fear, my friends. Never fear, we will figure this out. I can't attach Bob to any of this stuff. Well, I can attach him to there. I wonder if I can't attach him to something that's not vanilla wood. Hold on. Experiment time, my friends. Experiment time. All right, he can't be attached to that. Let's see. Let's do a quick little thing here. Let's grab out this. Let's grab out that. Boom. Beautiful. Testing. This is for science, my friends. This is for science. All right, I can attach it to that. Well, this is a predicament, my friends. I feel like we can't actually attach Bob's head to this. Oh, I know what we could do. I know. This is better science. I know this is standard oak right here. Let's see if I can attach it to that. I can't. And I can't attach it to that. Give me 1 second. Let me figure this out. Bob thought he could get the best of me, but no, I always get the last laugh in the end. Oh, creeper inspectors, I always get the last laugh. Yeah, sneaky. It's always good to know when to put a sneaky block down, right? Isn't it always wonderful when you can get a sneaky block in there and you get the victory? We win. All right, so I just had to get a little fancy there and trick it a little bit. But in the end, we've got that, and it is starting to look super fancy. Now, one thing I've been thinking about, kind of as we kind of look at this, and I found that sometimes with the micro blocks, there's those shadows, and I'm still trying to figure out if there's any way around those. But for the most part, I think that is looking really good. Now, the question is, shall we move down the pillars down just a smidge bit more? They are still a little bit high, in my opinion. And this is also starting to look a little bit like the Jurassic Park entrance, which is kind of cool. Wasn't really going for that, but in the end, it kind of looks like that. But we'll get to that in a moment. One thing also, just kind of looking at this, I feel like we should expand this area a little bit by actually thickening up this row of pillars along here. So starting about right here, we just expand this by one more layer. So this block here and this block, we just create another row of those. So one here, one there, one there, one there. You get the picture. We just expand that up a little bit to make the kind of tower feel a little bit more in place. It adds a little bit more of an anchor space right there. Gives it that, just that little extra something right there. I think that needs, so it's not just a straight line across. So that's something we're going to probably be working on pretty soon. And then of course, I want to add maybe some cobblestone layers along here, just to add a little bit of a foundation. And I think those are some items that we could do to the fort and really kind of enhance it and really make it really kind of has a great presence to it. So hopefully those will be something that we can get going. And there we go. I think we've created something really super awesome today. That gate, wow, I think that gate came out really nice. So hopefully you guys like it because of course you're the judge of it. And yeah, so definitely let me know how you like the gate and if you think those enhancements over here would be something that would be beneficial to kind of anchoring these towers a little bit better in these corners. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and we'll see you later. And to find the right proportions for the buildings here for the towers. So from the bottom down here, I went all the way to the top, and that's 18 blocks, and then went down 3 blocks, and then I decided about on the 4th block there, run the the flooring along there, looking super fancy. And we've got some fun